Are we satisfied with our current healthcare?
Let's take a deep, hard second look at the word. The Cambridge Dictionary defines health as the condition of the body or mind and the degree to which it is free from illness, or the state of being well.
And defines care as the process of protecting someone or something and providing what that person or thing needs.
But once you put them together, they somehow become defined as the activity or business of providing medical services.
How did we get from those health and care definitions to healthcare being defined as a business providing medical services?
Are you happy with the current definition of healthcare?
Do you even give it a second thought?
Could you imagine something bigger or better?
For example, shouldn't the term healthcare be a sum of both health and care, the process of protecting someone's body or mind from illness and provide what that person needs to reestablish the state of well-being?
Don't let culture define your healthcare as a business, as if you need someone or something else to take care of your own health. The majority of your healthcare happens 99.9% of your day. Everyday care is healthcare.
In this video, we're going to unpack how healthcare became a business, why the current model of healthcare has very little interest in your actual health, what most doctors avoid, and some action steps you can start applying today that will help you regain you and your family's healthcare.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dusty.
And I'm Ray. We believe healthy living doesn't have to be complicated.
It starts with a new mindset and education.
Join us in our mission of living better every day.
This is not a gimmick.
Nor a joke.
The information in this video has the potential to change you and your entire family.
It holds the potential to change the lives of all the future generations that follow your leadership if you pay it forward. Watch to the end of this video.
To learn how to define what healthcare truly is and how to give your kids a solid foundation of health to build on. What you do with this knowledge afterwards is totally up to you. Okay, so you could just be thinking, oh, these definitions are just a play on words, right? But our answer is words have meaning, and if we aren't careful, they can be manipulated into something that we may not like. For example, doctors providing healthcare would merely become a business transaction, which if ended up in the wrong hands by greedy companies could result in the demise and manipulation of our healthcare.
The cost of this healthcare for the U.S. in 2021 was $4.3 trillion. This accounts for 18.3% of our nation's gross domestic product. Do you see our society getting healthier? Do you feel it's a good investment?
Nonetheless, we could possibly agree that doctors provide a transactional service that could correlate to being a mere business transaction. Yet in this transaction, are our minds and bodies being protected from illness? Are we provided what we need to reestablish a state of being well? Is it health and care?
We get it. You just started playing this video and we started throwing all these definitions, hard facts, and statistics at you, and you're trying to find your bearing. We realize we're going super fast, but we have a lot to cover today, and today's average attention span is the size of a pea. So, buckle up.
The way we see it right now, you have a choice. You can become apathetic and passive about the topic of healthcare. I mean, you're not a doctor. You're just a number in a crowd of many, right? You didn't go to school for that. What do you know or care? Or you can be open to taking responsibility and learning something new. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear this.
You, like we did at some point, probably think that Hippocrates was the father of modern-day medicine. Modern-day medicine, of course, being what most Western society considers healthcare to be: drugs, surgery, and long-term hospital stays.
So let's hear from Hippocrates himself regarding his thoughts on medicine.
Before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the things that make him sick.
Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease.
Walking is man's best medicine.
Just as food causes chronic disease, it can be the most powerful cure.
Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food.
Leave your drugs in the chemist's pot if you can heal the patient with food.
All disease starts in the gut.
Get knowledge of the spine, for this is the requisite for many diseases.
The function of protecting and developing health must rank even above that of restoring it when it's impaired.
If you are not your own doctor, you are a fool.
I think we have another problem of manipulation of terms. Most people nowadays think of drugs when they hear the word medicine. That's not a mistake, but the actual definition of the term medicine is the science or practice of the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of disease. Yep, that's right, prevention. Hippocrates really was a doctor of nature, utilizing lifestyle recommendations, exercise, and even spinal manipulations as medicine to diagnose, treat, and prevent disease.
But last we checked, the modern healthcare system doesn't use food, lifestyle recommendations, exercise, or spinal manipulations as medicine. They use drugs, surgery, and long-term hospital stays to address various conditions that just make you feel as if they are profiting off your pain and suffering.
So that being said, there seems to be no similarity between our current practice of medicine and the natural methods of Hippocrates, who really seemed to be one of the purest naturalists. Where's the disconnection? What happened? Who really founded modern medicine?
Well, today's current medical model all dates back to John D. Rockefeller, who is known to be the richest American of all time. How did Rockefeller get into medicine when we know him from Standard Oil? Well, let's go there.
During the same era that his monopoly on the oil business was producing groundbreaking discoveries, scientists were also doing amazing research on the human body and defining the basics of what sustains human life by identifying key vitamins that were essential to health. And then scientists were trying to create synthetic versions in a lab. Rockefeller saw so much opportunity where this was going, so then he bought a huge German pharmaceutical company, IG Farben. Just look it up. IG Farben, crazy stuff.
Being a businessman, he was trying to shift the current medical practice into a for-profit business. He came across a style of medicine that was German-based. This style profited off suffering by drugs, radical surgeries, and long hospital stays. Sound familiar? They did not use natural remedies and practice using synthetic medications. Basically, their business model was to make sure that the people never got completely well so that they were still reliant on their medications, and that they didn't die so that they were still reliant on their medical services.
So long story short, any competition was bad business. So Rockefeller teamed up with Carnegie and Flexner, funded hospitals under the one condition they only teach an allopathic model, changed laws to make allopathic medicine the most revered form of healthcare in America, while funding smear campaigns against any profession that promoted traditional medicine, and actually rewrote the medical curriculum, removing all non-drug treatments to support a pill for an ill care model.
So behind it all, Rockefeller is the creator of modern medicine, not Hippocrates. He piggybacked off an idea of making sick care into a business and monopolized it just like he did with oil.
We believe you aren't just a number, and you have just as much potential, ability, and opinion regarding how you manage your healthcare. But it requires your ability to challenge the status quo, to rise above the current cultural view of health, and develop a mindset shift toward the outcome you wish to achieve for you and your family.
The healthcare system today is not focused on health at all. Let's call it what it is. It's acute care, emergency care, or sick care. We can't be mad or angry at a system that's just doing its job, keeping people alive at whatever cost and trying to fix broken. We should be celebrating modern technological advancements in acute care. The problem is in the title, healthcare. We shouldn't be getting mad at hospitals for not making us healthy. It's not their responsibility anyways.
And we can't be mad at the big pharmaceutical companies for producing a product for a service in which much of today's society supports. Or even worse, you don't get mad and you become apathetic over the situation, resulting in an undesired outcome.
Just remember, no choice is still a choice. It's just not a very good one.
It's just disheartening to see the vast majority of society brainwashed into thinking that sick care really is their main resource to healthcare. If that's the case, healthcare as a whole has been reduced to take this drug or this supplement for that disease.
Healthcare has been boiled down to cookie-cutter solutions, and no real thinking is required. Just match that drug with this disease. The powerful marketing campaigns that you view during commercials, read in popular magazines, or hear on radio all throughout the same old garbage and hypnotize you, the ordinary consumer, into believing that a drug or supplement is a solution for all your health concerns.
Medications can have their place, but the real key to any illness is diagnosing the underlying physiological biochemical breakdowns that caused it. That's where the real focus should be. That's where real healthcare hides.
Many health professionals are frustrated not being able to help their patients get healthy, are sick and tired of trying to find the right drug recipe for their patients. Current Western healthcare, in their application of diagnosis and treatment, will never work in getting somebody healthy. Emergency-based acute care is wonderful for keeping people alive, but not getting and keeping people healthy.
If the medical system really wanted people to get healthy, they would provide an opportunity for their providers to do just that, support their clients' health. But as we talked about earlier, the system is not built around health. It's built around sickness and disease. Healthy people don't go to the hospital. Healthy people stay home. Only sick people go to the hospital. So instead of giving the provider an opportunity to support their patient's health, the system is built to help doctors avoid specific areas that take too much time and come with a lower price tag.
Standard Western medicine has become a giant one-size-fits-all style of prescribing a medication based on the diagnosis. For example, you go to the hospital, they diagnose you with high blood pressure. They give you a drug to decrease your blood pressure, and you are expected to take it for life. And yet 697,000 people in the United States still died from heart disease in 2020. That's 1 in every 5 deaths. Even though there were 378,583,444 blood pressure prescriptions filled that year. It cost Americans $131 billion. And that was 3 years ago. The cost is rising. To make matters worse, there is rarely any investigation on why people have high blood pressure in the first place. You go to the hospital. They diagnose you with thyroid issues. They give you a drug to decrease your thyroid issues, and you are expected to take it for life. You go to the hospital. They diagnose you with high cholesterol. They give you a drug to decrease your cholesterol, and you are expected to take it for life. You go to the hospital. They diagnose you with diabetes. They give you a drug to control your diabetes, and you are expected to take it for life. You go to the hospital. They diagnose you with heartburn. They give you a drug to decrease your heartburn, and you are expected to take it for life. You go to the hospital. They diagnose you with pain. They give you a drug to control your pain, and unfortunately, you become addicted and you end up taking it for life. Also, individualized care takes time. This type of approach doesn't take into consideration individual biochemistry and physiology, which is why it can be problematic. Every individual has a unique set of genes and biochemistry, which means that one person's response to a particular drug may be different than the next. This means that there are no cure-all drugs. Everyone reacts differently.
Generally, pharmaceutical drugs are not formulated to cure the root cause, but instead to control symptoms. Symptoms are easy to treat because they are the reason the patient is coming in.
Symptom relief is just a band-aid. The devil's in the details. When a child has a tantrum, it's easy to know that probably giving in and calming them down with an iPad or a lollipop will do the trick. But does that actually solve the problem? No, the tantrum will just reappear when the child decides they want their way again.
Symptom relief is very much the same as dealing with a tantrum. It's what's staring you right in the face, but typically is never the root of what's actually going on in the patient's body. For example, the European Perspective Investigation into Cancer and Nutrition Study, a cohort study of over 500,000 participants during 15 years, demonstrated changes in lifestyle factors could prevent 93% of diabetes, 81% of heart attacks, 50% of strokes, and 36% of all cancers. Yes, take your time and let that sink in.
Lose weight, eat healthy, and exercise more. Okay, but how? Big Pharma's influence on government regulations has been substantial, and it's no surprise that there isn't much incentive to promote food as medicine when it won't make money. Eating hospital food just once is enough to tell you that isn't a priority.
Since most doctors of medicine only get 2 hours of nutrition training, and that's just nutrition training, not lifestyle health training, why should you expect them to tell you how to lose weight, eat healthy, and exercise more? They aren't trained to. Their expertise is emergency care.
Now with insurances and pharmaceutical drugs, the hospital system is not created to just serve you anymore. It's created to deal you drugs and upcode your visits to squeeze the most money out of your insurance's pockets. National healthcare expenditure is out of control as it hit $4.3 trillion just this year.
So the vast majority of people working in the Western healthcare system avoid giving lifestyle advice because, 1, they aren't educated in it, and 2, the NHE's budget is for sick care, not health care.
Are you starting to feel like an expensive lab rat yet? Or maybe you still don't believe that there is a price tag hanging over your health. Let's talk about something that's happening in the news right now. Dr. Fatima Cody Stanford, a medical doctor from Harvard University, is trying to classify obesity as merely a brain disease, and the American Medical Association is pushing for medications to cure it. These institutions continue to strip your ability to manage your own healthcare by saying something like obesity has nothing to do with your lifestyle choices. It's just a brain disease, they say, and we have the cure. It's in a pill, and we're going to sell it to you, and we're going to gouge your insurances.
Lifestyle medicine has been a hot topic lately, but the concept and practices aren't anything new. They've just become more visible in our current time, or we should say desperate times. Lifestyle medicine is you-centered. It's about your individual healthcare and supporting it, rather than just controlling symptoms.
The future of healthcare is patient-focused, not disease-focused. The future of healthcare will not treat the person's arthritis. They will assess the weaknesses and imbalances in the patient's physiology to try and understand why the patient has arthritis. Doctors won't just treat the screaming symptom, arthritis. They will help correct the underlying cause of dysfunction or disease process within the body so the body can reestablish a homeostatic state of health and wellness. That should always be the goal.
Addressing the source of lifestyle-related illnesses isn't an easy task for both the doctor and the patient. There needs to be motivation, emotional, physical strength, and overall willpower to bring change in a behavior. Lifestyle habits, good or bad, are hard to change, and unfortunately, it's only when someone is at the end of all their bad options do they really seek to make lifestyle and behavior changes.
It's much easier to pop a quick pill and manage symptoms, but with heart disease being the top leading cause of death, a pill won't fix what a few healthy lifestyle changes would.
Health isn't found in a pill. Health isn't found in a medical establishment, and health definitely isn't found in a lab coat. Health is found at the end of a fork. Health is found in adequate rest, nourishment, movement, healthy emotions, and life-giving supportive relationships.
If you change your perspective on health from being reliant on a medical business sick care model to being independent and responsible for lifestyle health, then your life is going to be changed forever.
You are your number one healthcare provider for your health. No doctor of any title will be able to know exactly how you feel, change your habits, and support your health better than you do. That being said, you do need a health partner, and this would be a doctor. Find a doctor who's going to invest in your individualized care, not control your care. Find someone who's going to get to the root issue, not mask the symptom. And find someone who gives you sound quality lifestyle support, not just prescriptions.
This healthcare contract is metaphorical, though we wish it were actually real. We need to take our healthcare seriously. Why is it so easy to walk into a hospital and literally sign away your life? In the case of this, and this, death, okay, where do we sign?
But if someone tells you to walk 30 minutes or stop drinking Diet Pepsi, what? It's like pulling teeth to have someone take responsibility for their own health to achieve the outcome that they want.
But really, in your mind, you need to sign a healthcare contract with yourself and the doctor who is going to partner with your health. In the first part of the healthcare contract, your doctor's responsibility should be protecting your body and mind from illness and provide what you need to reestablish a state of well-being. This could be finding the root cause, prescribing the right items that are going to support your health, and so much more.
To provide true healthcare, the doctor is only as good as the patient that shows up, which brings us to the second part of the contract. You. If you choose to stay in a state of unwell, how is it possible for the doctor to do his role in healthcare? Remember, you are your number one healthcare provider.
If either one doesn't live up to their end of the healthcare contract, it's no longer healthcare. It's merely sick care. If you, the patient, shows up not caring about their health, how can the doctor care for your health? If you show up doing your best to manage yourself and the doctor says, great, you're healthy, go home, there's nothing I can do for you, that's not healthcare. That's sick care.
No doctor will be able to know exactly how you feel, change your habits, and support your health better than you do. It's hard to take responsibility for lifestyle choices. I totally get it. But at the end of the day, nobody's held responsible for you except you. Every choice has a consequence, either good or bad. But instead of blaming the healthcare system or the entire world around you, start owning the personal leadership that you have to take steps in supporting your health, how you eat, how you move, and your overall positivity in life.
Next time you go to your doctor, think of your healthcare contract. If you care at all about your future health for you or your family, you may need to find a new provider.
As parents, we are all trying to do the best job possible to set our kiddos up for success. Of course, we want to ensure that our children develop healthy habits that will carry on for life.
Childhood obesity is only rising, as well as childhood chronic diseases. Both of these are heavily influenced by lifestyle habits, whereas the medical establishment would have you believe childhood obesity is merely a brain disease. But don't worry, your child just needs a quick, easy surgery and a bottle of pills, right?
We need to, now more than ever, be the change we want to see in the world, not just for our individual quality of life, but for the future health of our kids. But how?
We've got you covered. It starts with simple solutions on how to redefine health and support your kids by teaching them how to develop healthy habits that will stick with them for a lifetime.
Redefining health is something that we're passionate about. We got so sick of people brainwashed by the sick care system trying to sell people healthcare, and in the end, mismanaging people's health and their money. People are only getting more sick, and our current healthcare model isn't putting true healthcare back into the individual's hands. And we for sure couldn't trust this disease-ridden culture to teach our kids what they needed to know about how to live a healthy lifestyle. We needed to do something.
To be a good healthcare provider in the truest sense, we believe you have to be humble, drop your ego, and come to the level of the person trusting themselves underneath your care, so you can listen attentively and come to a solid conclusion of what they really need and how you can help them. It's the first step in the healthcare contract.
In the process of redefining healthcare, we did just that. The result was very humbling when we realized that nothing in today's healthcare was teaching our patients how to be healthy. There's no fully encompassing educational piece that would help our patients live up to their side of the healthcare contract. They're lost.
Nobody's pulling it all together to provide a simple roadmap of health. The truth is, health is being niched as a business. Whether it's supplements, medications, weight loss, exercise, counseling, we are taught as a culture that health can be bought, and we don't have to work hard to protect it. There's always an easy solution that is fast, flashy, and affordable.
The true definition of individual healthcare has been lost, therefore making it impossible to manage health on your own. We can't say it enough. People are being sold healthcare, and in the end, they're being told they can't manage any of it on their own. They need some special pill or diet or wardrobe to help them be healthy. Nothing we found empowered the individual to rise to the occasion to manage themselves. There was nothing in our culture to help support the second part of the healthcare contract.
So we started to do our research to pull together the core basics of what a healthy lifestyle is. The results were shockingly simple, and each study had something that we were already doing every day. We spent months researching and boiling it down to make it as simple as possible and came to this conclusion. In order for anyone to build a sustainable, healthy quality of life, they needed to have a balanced life, internally and externally, to ensure their basic needs were being met, like shelter, food, and safety. Then they needed to move it, fuel it, and care for it. And lastly, every study we found, there's a huge correlation. Healthy families create healthy individuals.
These became our 5 basic categories in our research for creating a simple roadmap to the overwhelming health hysteria facing our patients today. We found that if our patients could be educated in these 5 categories, family, life, move, fuel, and care, with our knowledge as healthcare providers and their ability to rise to the occasion of supporting their health, we found the cure to a broken healthcare system. It was the missing link to the second part of the healthcare contract.
And we believe with all our heart that a healthy lifestyle didn't need to be complicated or expensive. There's another reason why we spent hours and hours researching and rediscovering the foundational elements of a healthy lifestyle and bringing them down into their simplest elements. The result is the Simpleton Foundations.
The Foundations is broken down into the 5 categories we found made up true healthcare: family, life, move, fuel, and care. Each category in the Foundations has a short and sweet back to basics program. Altogether, the Foundations provide a strong bedrock you can depend on and provide you with practical tools to navigate your health.
This program teaches and supports the foundations of health. Everything you need to know to start regaining the health back that is yours to have. The Foundations is the only program that gives your children the no-nonsense knowledge of what their body needs and how to support it on a daily basis. We recognize that the world is full of businesses that want to sell you health instead of supporting your health. Simpleton's Foundation program introduces important healthcare principles that the sick care system isn't teaching.
There aren't many courses out there that teach you, and especially your kids, what a healthy lifestyle is and then how to live it out practically. But the Simpleton Foundations does just that. It's a practical solution to navigate all the health solutions that the world wants to sell you today, and then to equip your children with healthy habits that will serve them for a lifetime. Let's take you on a journey through the 5 categories of the Simpleton Foundations.
So many people struggle with purpose these days, and without a solid foundation in your life category, you will succumb to the constant cultural drifts of the world. If you're looking for self-confidence, self-esteem, and solid direction in life, this program is for you. In Simple Life, we start with the beginning, you, and how to establish and nurture who you are as an individual so that your basic needs are taken care of, and then you can contribute back to the world at large. In this course, you will discover that you are enough, self-discover what makes you so beautiful, help determine your direction, and establish your potential to invest back in life.
Imagine a world where you're the only one in it. Would that be a life worth living? You weren't created to be alone. Just remember, it took two to make you. Even Tom Hanks, when he was stranded on an island in the movie Castaway, needed Wilson, the volleyball. Whether you are an extrovert or an introvert, we unpack why family is everything and how it affects your health. In this program, we discover the foundations of family and community, establish a growth mindset, and how to create solutions based on consistency for long-term success.
Are you living in manageable pain? Aches and pains have you avoiding certain activities or simple tasks like picking something up off the ground? You still get it done, or maybe not, but life just continues without action to actually solve the issue. Or you're at a point where it's too late, surgeries are inevitable or have already failed you, and you blame your broken body on old age. The first lie is, it's too late. It's never too late to care for yourself. With all of the busyness of life, endless distractions, and full schedules, we have lost the basic art of caring for ourselves. But more importantly, our ability to take care of our bodies starting at a young age, to help give us the opportunity to enjoy more quality years later on in life. This program will help you discover that your body is powerful. Either you care now or you'll have to care later, and ultimately, care for yourself.
A lot of working people are stuck all day long at a desk, in the car commuting, or on the couch binging Netflix. Even most children are sitting at their school desk or being entertained by a tablet or video game. Your body doesn't want expensive tennis shoes or a personal trainer or a gym membership that you only use the month of January. Your body simply wants to move. This program helps you change your mindset to simply move more. In this course, we guide you through creating a movement mindset, the difference between movement and exercise, and how to domesticate your movement, and also how to implement movement on a daily basis.
There was a time, not too long ago, when the food we ate did not come in a package. Labels were non-existent, as were the complex ingredient lists we're accustomed to today. We simply ate real food. In Simple Fuel, we don't follow any gimmicky fad diets. We go back to appreciating our body's natural fuel, which is whole foods. In this course, we talk about the evolution of food, how food is your fuel, not a guilty pleasure, and what your body does with that fuel to help support your basic foundational needs to build a healthy body.
Here's how going through the foundations works. Start by taking one of the 5 courses in the Foundations program. Complete the 30-day challenge, and then take back control of your health and life.
As you or your family go through each program, there are specific resources created to help support the knowledge and implementation of that course. The Foundations is led by short video lessons that will help teach and guide you through each course. Within some of these lessons are course downloads, like the program manual, which would be equated to your textbook, the My Book, which is the Foundations workbook. Along the way, you might find some bonus materials to help support you in specific areas of concern.
And then last but not least, the Simpleton community is all about taking action, not just learning. At the end of each course, you'll be supported with a 30-day challenge to help begin implementing action steps into your daily life.
Let's be honest. If you're a parent, you have to filter through so much content to actually find the nugget of truth in it that you want to teach your kid. The Foundations empower parents like you to make sure your children have the foundation of health all in one place and how to support it throughout their life.
Many people sell these programs on their own, using the symptom mindset approach to healthcare, trying to tackle the broken body one symptom at a time. We believe you can't obtain balance when you only focus on just one aspect of health, much less when you wait until it's broken to try and fix it. This is why we don't sell the foundations individually. Get the link to our foundations program in the description box below. Support your family's health with evidence-based and sourced guides, manuals and articles, videos containing tips, educational knowledge, and fun course lessons, along with your 30-day challenge that will help you create changes into your busy lifestyle.
We know living a healthy lifestyle doesn't guarantee that we will live injury-free and avoid all illnesses, but we do know that it does err on the side of quality of life and reduce unnecessary health risks. During the search of redefining healthcare, we came to the conclusion that no one can sell you healthcare. That is a contract agreement between you and your doctor.
But what we can do is offer you the education and tools necessary to live up to your side of the bargain, to help nurture a loving and connected family, establish a life balance in both internal and external health, and support your life in the areas of movement, fuel, and care.
We are on the mission of redefining healthcare. With the annual rise in chronic diseases that can only be helped with lifestyle changes, it's imperative that you change your perspective on healthcare, take ownership of being your number one provider, and take back control of your health.
A healthy life shouldn't be complicated. Get a complete system that makes total health simple. Get access to Simple Turn Foundations today.